Binge watching has become a big part in the lives of people all over the world. 90% of teens and 88% adults are engaged in binge watching TV series. Roughly 35% of 14 to 25-year-olds claim to binge watch at least once a week, compared to the 25% of 33 to 49-year-olds who report doing so. I interviewed a few people to see how much they watch Netflix shows and how it affects their lives daily. How many hours do you binge watch Netflix for?
I can watch up to about 10 hours, especially if it's a rainy or snowy day and I'm kind of stuck in the house. I find it relaxing, just kind of hang out and veg out on the couch. I'm okay with that.
So I probably spend about 5 hours a day binge watching, I'd say.
How does binge watching affect your daily life?
I do find that when you binge watch, you don't really move around a lot, especially if you're doing a couple of hours at a time. So it actually can make you tired. Sometimes you look at the clock and you realize how many hours have gone by and you're like, oh my goodness, I haven't moved from this one position, for 4 or 5 hours. So I wouldn't say it's the healthiest thing. It's probably better to do just 2 or 3 at a time episodes and then, move around a little bit and then come back. But sometimes the episodes are just so good, you just want to keep watching.
I don't hang out with my friends as much, and I don't do my homework as much.
Binge watching can become dangerous. Sitting for long stretches of time increases your risk of health issues, including diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. How does binge watching affect your family?
Well, sometimes, if I'm binge watching and they don't want to watch the same thing, they tend to go in a different room, so it does kind of separate you. But then other times, we'll watch a show together, and then that can be family time. So it kind of depends on the show and, who's around at that time.
So if a show's too good, I get too engrossed in it, so I don't really hang out with my friends or family.
Why do you like binge watching?
I think I like to binge watch because you get invested in the different characters, you get to know them a little better, you remember what happened in the last show because you just watched it. When I was younger, you had to wait a whole week before you get to see the next episode, and sometimes you might forget what happened, or you might confuse one show with another. So it's just kind of nice to be able to watch, one show after the other, and this way you really get to know what's going on in the show.
So I binge watch because it's too good. I need to know what happens next. I can't wait. I need to see it all now.
Binge watching can also cause a very unhealthy obsession. Addiction involves doing more than you plan. For example, when you want to watch 3 episodes but instead end up watching 8, it is a sign you are watching too much. If you spend too much time on something like binging, you're taking time away from other things in your life, like hanging with your friends or working. A recent Netflix survey concludes that most Americans are watching between 2 and 6 episodes in one sitting. Other behaviors are more extreme, involving entire seasons or even whole series over a few days. A more recent study found that most Netflix members choose to binge watch their way through a series versus taking their time, finishing an entire season in 1 week. Shows like Friends, Seinfeld, or Sex and the City made marathon sessions into rituals among friends and family. Because Netflix has been releasing episodes of series in blocks, binge watching is becoming the norm rather than the exception. Over 300,000 people watched all 9 episodes of Season 2 of Stranger Things on the first day it was released. If you spent one entire weekend watching Season 2 of Stranger Things, you may have found yourself feeling exhausted by the end of it and downright depressed that you're out of episodes to watch. Don't waste your time flipping through channels and finding something to watch. Instead, hang out with friends and family or go out and exercise. As much as you love that show, put it down and do something else. There are way more activities than binge watching. One more episode will hurt. It will lead to more along the way. As much as we love binge watching, it can cause many health issues and less interaction with others, which may cause issues in the future. Even though binge watching is fun, we should hang outside more and do more activities with our friends and family. Binge watching shouldn't take over your life. It should be an activity that we do once in a while. So be aware of what you have been watching and how long you have been watching for. We don't want any issues that are caused by binge watching in the future. Stop watching that show and get outside and away from the screen. Trust me, fresh air is way more important than Stranger Things. If you have a binge watching problem, know you're not alone. There are many others out there just like you. The crazy amount of time you spent glued to the screen is something you'll never be able to get back. So please stop binge watching and enjoy your life.